Hey guys and girls, Satanico here, and in this video I'm going to do an unpackaging of this relatively small flat rate envelope priority mail, and it has, I don't know, 10, 12 comics in it, all Bronze Age. This actually came from a site called Atomic Avenue, which I think is a relatively new site. It's kind of a conglomeration site of comics sellers that have stores on there, just like you would have on eBay stores. And they have the site segmented in bronze, silver, platinum, golden age, modern comics, etc., as well as the individual stores. The site navigation is not that great. It's actually quite slow if you're trying to go through page after page, and there are some definite glitches in the site navigation. I think they're working it out, but I saw the prices were actually quite good on some of the comics I wanted, and so I decided to pick up some pretty cool Bronze Age comics. Now, these comics are not in great shape as far as I know. I think they run from good to very good to maybe I have a fine in here, I don't know, but the prices were exceptional on some pretty cool comics. So we're going to do something incredibly dangerous and actually attempt to open this package on film, because my editing skills are they're non-existent. So I'm not able to slice into the package and then edit out how long it takes and fast forward and everything else. Basically, I'm going to try to cut open this package without slicing open the comics that are inside, and try to do it efficiently for you, and so we can look at these comics and see what they look like. Because I don't remember what I ordered, even though I have the invoice that I can pull up so I can be reminded and remind you of the prices that I paid. But let's see how we can get into this thing without damaging what's inside. It's very well taped up. I think I can rip it open from here, maybe. Oh yeah, it really didn't do that much. Alright, actually it's extremely well packaged, maybe too well packaged. It's pretty taped up. Yeah, it's going to be hard to separate the package from the tape. There's a plastic. There we go. Let's just manhandle it. Voila. There's a second one. Voila. Okay, and that's it. I just have to get between these boards. You can see that he has packaged these comics extremely well. They are bagged yet again, and cardboard surrounding both little segments of them. He's got the invoice right here. This is from Gregory Hecht in New Jersey, and I believe he sells comics. Well, I know he sells comics at Atomic Avenue. He probably also does on eBay, but you can look him up on Atomic Avenue and see if you can find something that you like. There's a nice selection, and prices were pretty amazing, but they may be less amazing when I see the condition. I'm kind of hoping that he undersold the condition and that they're a little bit better, but given the prices, it might be pretty beat up. It might just be reader's copies. We shall see. Okay, got into that. There's the invoice. And let's see. I'm pretty excited about this. Oops, there goes something. Let's see what's in this first little package. There's not many, but there are a few. Oh, okay. I think these are 2 magazines. And yes, they are. Alright. First magazine is Marvel Preview featuring Star-Lord, number 18. And as you can see, Peter Quill faces the most agonizing decision of his cosmic career. So, I'm not sure how much that sells for in great condition, but Star-Lord, and his first appearance was in Marvel Preview, I believe. I don't go out of my way to find key issues. They're too expensive. I don't just stumble across stuff and get lucky like people might if they live in New York or somewhere that's kind of a mecca of comics. But so anyway, I bought this and I'm looking at it. It doesn't look bad. The title, I guess the title is intended to be like that, but you can see right there, there's a pretty nasty sort of tear. It's a little bit of staining along the sides, and other than that, it's nice and flat for the most part. It's most of the damage is right there. And I'll have to look, let's look at the invoice and see how much I paid. I know it wasn't that much, so I think it's still a pretty good deal. Okay, this was listed in good, and it's a great deal. 99 cents. Now, I would take this for 99 cents all day of the week. In fact, the original cover price was $1.25. Obviously, it was in sparkling, brand new, near mint condition when it came out. But considering many, many years later, not bad at all. And Star-Lord was a nobody when this came out. Nobody cared about this magazine. Only now, when this is supposed to be Chris Pratt, do people care about this magazine. For 99 cents, yes. So I'm pretty happy with that. And, I'm very happy with this. Return of the Jedi. Alright, number 27, $2.50 cover price, and I got this for one reason only. Not because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. Well, no, not really compared to most people, but I grew up with it. But I got this because it's Al Williamson art, and that looks like a Bill Sienkiewicz cover, which is even better. So I actually have the pamphlet comics that came out monthly for Return of the Jedi. I have, I think, 3 out of the 4, but I didn't have this. I have the Empire Strikes Back as the Marvel Super Special, but I did not have Return of the Jedi. And let's look at the price for this Marvel Super Special. Oh, are you kidding me? This costs 65 cents. 65 cents. And for a Bill, I think it's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Certainly looks like it. And for Al Williamson art. So, absolutely. And actually, let's look at the condition. Okay, it's got some, well, it's hard to tell inside the bag. It looks like it's got some, it's hard to tell. I thought there might be some issue. It certainly has some spine wear. Certainly see, but I can't tell what exactly is going on up here, whether it got split a little bit from the spine. It's got some definite creases right along here. The back cover looks a little bit misaligned slightly, but the cover actually still looks really nice. A little bit of wear and tear down here. It's listed as good. I would probably say, well, certainly between good and very good. It looks nice to me, and for 65 cents, if it could have been coverless, I probably would have bought it for 65 cents. And let's crack it open just so you can get a glimpse of why I like Al Williamson art so much. He was one of the masters at EC, and I'm going to talk about him a little bit more because I know I have something else from him. He did some work at Marvel, certainly. That's the back cover. And back cover, yeah, it's a little bent up. And actually it has some kind of little dent there. Yeah, it's pretty bent up. But for 65 cents, that's actually, I think, a steal. And Al Williamson went on, when he came to Marvel, he did these pretty amazing adaptations for Star Wars, and he also did one for Flash Gordon. I don't think that was for Marvel, but he did Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, for all for the films, because his likenesses were so good. And he worked with Carlos Garzón, who was his inker, and yeah. This actually, I'm not even sure if I remember seeing this work in the pamphlets. I think it's the exact same book because, of course, it's an adaptation from the movie. But you can see, beautifully drawn. Beautifully drawn. Yeah, look at ships there. And obviously, pretty nice likeness of Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan and of Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. Okay, this is, I didn't have this issue that had this segment, but I do have the ones here, where Boba Fett and Slave Leia. Pretty classic cosplay. But as you can see, really beautiful art. And certainly worth 65 cents. It was adapted by Archie Goodwin as the writer. Great Marvel editor and writer who's sadly passed away. And Al Williamson, Carlos Garzón. He was helped by Tom Palmer and Ron Frenz, both pencilers and inkers at Marvel as well. So, and yes, the cover is by Bill Sienkiewicz. The back cover does not look like Sienkiewicz to me, but maybe it is. I don't know. That doesn't look like Bill Sienkiewicz, but the front cover, most definitely beautiful. And Bill Sienkiewicz, by the way, did a Marvel Super Special cover for Dune, the film. And I think he also did the interior art. I'm still looking to get that because I think that would be amazing. But anyway, 65 cents so far for that. 65 cents for Star-Lord. We're off to a good start. Let me open this other package. This is a little bit thicker because that other one only had 2 comics in it. They were magazine size, and this of course has standard size comics from the Bronze Age. Alright, nicely packaged, and I think pretty easy to slide out. Yes. You don't know how much trepidation I had in whether I should just unwrap this initially and then just do the video, or whether I should unwrap it on camera, which I don't think is really a big deal either way. Alright, well, right off the bat, we're going to talk about a little bit more about Al Williamson. This is his Blade Runner adaptation for Marvel as well. I have this issue, and I love it, but the price was so fantastic on this issue that I went ahead and bought it anyway because it's 65 cents. So far I have a 65 cents, and 99 cents. So I have not invested a lot to get, I think, a pretty good value. Now this has a big crease right there. This is listed as very good. So has a crease, a significant crease there. After that, it's got a little bit of stress along the spine and little tiny bend here. But other than that, pretty nice copy. I think very good. It's reasonable. And with the new Blade Runner film coming out with by Ridley Scott and once again with Harrison Ford, Am I correct in saying Jared Leto, I think, unfortunately, is also in it? Ryan Gosling is definitely in it. Sorry. Maybe Jared Leto as well. So that will probably go up in value. In fact, I think I was seeing these going for around, $15 to $20. Like I said, I have number one. I had it stored away from the time I bought it on the shelves when the movie came out, when the comic came out. It was just buried under a layer of dust in a closet at my parents' house for ages, like a lot of my Bronze Age comics. And so the one I want is number 2. I don't have number 2, and it's not incredibly expensive, of course, but I think it's still going for around $12, $14. If I can get one for 65 cents, like this, it makes it a little bit difficult to want to pay that for number 2, but I may. But in the interim, I went ahead and bought this, and I also have the Marvel Super Special, which is the full adaptation on nicer paper. It's still comic book size. It's not like the magazine size that we just saw, but it's on nice paper. And the only difference really is that for the whole series, it has a Jim Steranko cover. Not a particularly good Jim Steranko cover either, but the interior art is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, this is Al Williamson and Carlos Garzon. And the cover art is nice. So what's next? Next is Iron Fist, number 4. And Iron Fist is a pretty hot comic right now as well. I mean, I'm still buying things. I'll buy things if I think they're valuable and they're, and I see something that's cheap that I could possibly, turn over and sell. But I still primarily buy things for the art. And this looks like a Gil Kane cover. And Iron Fist number 4 is actually pretty early in the run, obviously. And let's see, I don't think I paid very much for this either. Okay, I paid a little bit more for this. This was $2.50, and I think that's definitely worth it. Could probably look it up on my comic shop. It's listed as good. Okay, and this actually looks like a better copy than the Blade Runner, which was listed as very good. It has that significant crease. This doesn't. Tiny bit of spine roll. The paper looks a little bit yellow from what I can see. Of course, it's in the bag. Of course, these things can look pretty nice in the bags, and then you can take them out, and the tactile feel, you can really tell the difference. It's certainly a lot better to have it in the bag than to take it out sometimes, but obviously I like to take them out of the bags. I like to look at the art. Like I said, this looks like a Gil Kane cover for sure. That looks like his sort of work and his sort of face. I don't know what the interior art or who the interior artist is. If it's Gil Kane as well, that would be fantastic. Okay, and this is a really interesting one. I should look these up on my comic shop just to remember exactly who's in them. I guess I could crack them open as well. But I'm not really sure who did this cover. This looks like a Kirby cover to me, but it could be Rich Buckler doing his Kirby impersonation, because it's not entirely certain. Usually it's pretty easy for me to tell. But pretty interesting. Marvel Premiere. I bought this just because I thought Wood God, I remember him from ages ago. He was just popped up in one or two of my comics, and I just thought it was kind of a cool concept. And he's described here as the most bizarre superhero of all. I don't know. Have you seen The Creeper? Have you seen Bouncing Boy? Have you seen Matter Eater Lad? So maybe not. But Wood God's kind of interesting, and the art and the cover is really nice. And this was cheap as well, I'm sure. This is Marvel Premiere number 31. It's listed as fine, and it certainly looks like it's fine, and it was 95 cents. So again, I got comics like this at the Dollar Bin on Free Comic Book Day, and I would have, if I had come across this, especially bagged and boarded, fine condition, I would have bought it sight ends, pretty much without a second thought. So seeing it online, obviously I had to pay a little bit more. It's 95 cents, but you have to factor in the shipping, which is close to $7. So I think this whole haul cost me $20.04. Shipping was $6.60. See if I can get this out without ruining the grade. Yeah, it's really nice actually. Feels cover feels just fine. There's no damage to it. Okay, and the interior art is by a pretty good artist, even though I don't know how he's had very different stages in his career. But it was by Keith Giffen and of course Klaus Janson, stalwart Marvel artist, Marvel inker I should say, best known for Frank Miller, his inks on Frank Miller and Daredevil. And this is Keith Giffen, sort of the way Keith drew when he was doing Defenders. It's not his... Well, that's pretty cool though. Pretty cool page. Not his most exciting work, but pretty interesting. And Wood God is fighting a dog. And yeah, this actually looks pretty interesting. For 95 cents, it's actually in nice condition. And so far so good. So I can set that here. Okay. Only a few more. The Demon #2. This is definitely Jack Kirby. And look at that beautiful cover. Still pops all these years later. And this is the most expensive comic I bought in here. And considering that so far you've seen 65 cents, 65 cents, 99 cents, 95 cents, saying it's the most expensive may not mean much. And it certainly is not very expensive at all. I think it's totally worth it. It's the first series of the Demon. It's #2 in very good condition, and it is $4.75. So close to $5 is the most I paid for any of these. I forget what Demon #1's going for. I forget what #2's going for. It's got some creasing right here, and I think a little blunting. Yeah, definitely some blunting right here in the corners. Cover is a tiny bit of rolling, but other than that, you know, it's pretty nice copy. I mean, it's certainly very good and nice and flat. Just a little bit of stress, a little bit of stress, a little bit of discoloration, but looks good on camera. Looks actually as good on camera as it does in person, or better. And it's Jack Kirby. It's a Demon. Nice, happy. I may pull this out again on a future video and just show the interior, or you know, show some scans or something later. Maybe I'll factor those in. Okay, wow, that was a smaller order than I thought. We're down to the last comic, but the last comic is also a really nice one. Giant size Master of Kung Fu #4, and I have a lot of Master of Kung Fu's. I don't think I had any of the giant size annuals. I certainly didn't have this one. #4. Again, that's Gil Kane. Absolutely. You can see it right there. Gil Kane. Adkins would be Dan Atkins. I think just passed away relatively recently. Great inker. And the cover looks really nice. And again, let's see what we paid for this one. This one for... It's listed in good, and it went for $2.95, so basically $3. It actually looks, again, better than good to me. I would say at least very good. Maybe a little short of fine because it has a little bit of damage up here and a little bit of damage up here. And, you know, tiny bit of stress. Little time, maybe a little rolling, but not really much. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's definitely good. It's definitely very good, I would think, and might even go close to fine, but very good. And You know, this is back when the annuals were 68 pages. Really nice. So there you go. It's not a lot, but we're talking. I paid $13.44 for these, and again $6.60 shipping, so $20.04. And so you've got Master of Kung Fu, giant size. You've got Demon number 2. You've got Marvel Premiere with Wood God in fine condition. You've got Iron Fist number 4. And you've got soon to be pretty hot comic in Blade Runner number 1, of which I have a much better copy, personal copy. So I'm happy to have a duplicate that maybe I can trade for something. My personal copy is at very least very fine. I think it's probably pretty close to near mint. I mean, it's certainly an 8.5, I would think. And then we had, when I remove the bags, Return of the Jedi, Bill Sinkovich and Al Williamson. And last but not least, what was that, a 99-cent Star-Lord Marvel preview. So that's it. I think I get a good deal. 65 cents, 95 cents, 99 cents, even $5 for Demon number 2. Yeah, I think I get a good deal. I'm pretty happy with those, and happy to add those to my collection and maybe to look through them and to make this little video. So we're going to keep it relatively short. I've probably already babbled on pretty long considering how few comics I have, but I'm able to stretch my content because I actually do like to talk about the artists. I do like to talk about the comics and the condition and the relevance and whatever. So that's it. I hope you like these comics, and by all means, if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and by all means comment. I would love to hear from anybody telling me what they think. Nice haul, bad haul, terrible condition, stupid prices, whatever. I don't care. Well, it would be nice if somebody says something substantial, but anything will do. So give it your best shot. But so that's it, and thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon. I'm trying to think. I might be going to. I haven't been to comic shops too often, as anybody that's seen my videos knows. But I may check it out either today or tomorrow. I may try another dollar bin dive and see what I can come up with. And if I do, if I manage to find something good, or even if it's not good, if it's not good, I won't buy it, and if it's good, I will. But if I do, I'll probably make a video. So thanks for watching, and that's it. Goodbye. Bye.